Let's go.
Welcome home to 42 Geek Street, your guide to the world of the geek for that little bit of geek in all of us. And today, Mike, we have a special show for everybody.
Yes, we do. It's a very special show. Very special show.
Very special show. And what we're going to do in today's show is, like you were saying the other day, that it's like we've lost the bet.
Yeah, I think we did lose a bet on this one, honestly.
Because what's going to happen is we're going to have to introduce each segment by singing the segment introduction. Yeah. But what we're going to do is we're going to include you in it because we don't want you to suffer entirely. So what we're going to do is if you can guess the name of the artist and the song that we're singing to, and we're going to give you examples showing how that works. Yeah. If you can guess it, we're going to get a giveaway from Classic Comics.
Yep.
Thank you. First one, Mike, is going to be
The Avengers.
Also in that pack is
Swamp Thing.
And it's
Copperhead Road. That isn't the song.
That's not the song. But you can get these, as it's a giveaway we have. You're just going to visit the Facebook site.
Yep.
And what you're going to do, though, it's going to be about 4 tunes that we're going to try and do.
Yep.
And if
try.
If you guess the artist and the name of the song, find the post with it in it. Say that you've done 2 out of 4 or 1 out of 4 or 3 out of 4 or all 4 out of 4 if you're lucky enough.
Yep.
And send it to us in a PM so everybody else doesn't see your answers.
You can only win if you PM us.
Ouch. And so now don't be disheartened if someone puts 4 out of 4 and PM does. If you see it in there, they could have gotten them wrong. And you might have gotten, even if you only got 2 out of 4, you might be the only one because some of them are a bit hard.
A bit tricky, especially if you've got to try and understand what we're talking about and the tune.
Because we can't sing, so it's going to be hard to work out.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of can't sing and an example, Mike, can you give us an example? For example, Classic Comics can you give us a song about Classic Comics?
Well, let's find a song that has the word classing in it. So let's go with this one, which is Gonna Go to Classic, Get Some Comics from an Attic.
Now I know.
Gotta get some comics. See, it's terrible singing. But you might be able to get what that song is.
Yeah, and it's Classic by Adrian Govitz.
Yeah.
So look, it's hard sometimes, so you don't want it too easy because otherwise everyone will be BMing. You'll have a chance.
Yeah. Got to make it a little bit difficult. And with our voices, it's guaranteed.
Now we're going to start off. I have to do the first one, the first official one. So you ready?
Yep.
All right.
It's not me singing a song. Very happy.
Okay. Another interview from Mike. And it's about above. Another interview and another interview. Another interview from Mike. Yeah. And now he's going to do Velocity. I think we better go to it.
Yep. G'day, it's Mike here again for 42 Geek Street. And with me we have Craig Bruin. And he's well known for his From Above comic. Craig, how are you?
Very good, thanks Mike. Thanks for having me on the show.
That's good, and I'm still practicing my mic techniques. I'm going to drop it down just a little bit, and I'm terrible. I really am.
That's all right.
But you should know that about me already.
Well, yeah, we have had a little bit of a history in that regard, haven't we?
We have. So tell us, issue 5 is the latest issue at the moment, yeah?
That's right. Issue 5 comes out today, actually. We're doing it as a launch at Armageddon. So, it seemed like a good time to launch it. Armageddon last year was basically the first time we even made our first foray into comics. So today marks the 1-year anniversary of it.
Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
What is the first one? Is that Paper? I think Paper is the first anniversary, isn't it?
I don't know.
Come on,
I think it would.
You're a married man.
Actually, and that would make sense for a comic book. First year anniversary of a comic book.
Beautiful.
For Paper. Yep.
Yeah. So look, see, it's working already beautifully.
Yep.
I mean, you've got a few posters. You've got the sketchbook out here as well.
That's right. Yeah, we've got a sketchbook which compiles a lot of the conceptual design work, some of the unseen pencil work and character development that we did along the way in building the comic. So yeah, a lot of the world building stuff. Yep.
All right, beautiful. So has it been so far? I mean, it's only been the first morning of the con, but have you found people coming up to you guys?
It's like any con. It's always a little bit quieter at the start when everybody runs in and gets their tickets and tokens to talk to, so they can get photos with the stars. But as always, you're never disappointed. The crowd's always good. It's always friendly, and we're pretty much always having a good time over here. So yeah, and this time we get to share a booth with a couple of really nice blokes, and it should be a lot of fun this weekend.
Yeah, so you're in the Melbourne Comics crew?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Neville Howard had the vision of trying to create something where there's so much creative output in Melbourne, just to try and find a cohesive direction for everybody to funnel under.
Yep.
And I think with strength in numbers, it's just something where it'll just grow from year to year, hopefully. Yeah.
And there'll be a panel on that this weekend as well.
There is. There's a panel. We got a very high profile MC to host the panel.
If I had a tie right now, I'd adjust it.
Yeah,
but,
to be honest, I was actually expecting a suit, to be honest, mate. But yeah.
Never.
But 3 o'clock on the Sunday, we've got a panel, which should be a heap of fun, actually. Yeah.
And the same time as the Kevin Eastman panel.
Yeah, we thought we like a challenge, so we thought we'd set ourselves up against someone high profile like Kevin Eastman. It must be a masochistic streak of ours.
Yeah, look, I think what we're going to do is we're going to be so successful. He's going to come into our panel and just want to listen to what we have to say.
In the end, I'm sure Kevin will feel the urge to come and join us on our panel. So
I plan on saying his name a lot during the actual panel.
Oh, excellent!
And just to be curious and go, let's check that out.
But should you also put a hashtag before that? Hashtag Kevin Eastman each time?
Yeah. Hashtag everything.
Yeah.
It's the way to go. Well, have a great con.
Thank you very much.
And,
you too.
Yeah, we'll see you around the show
Most
anyway.
certainly will. Okay.
Have a good one.
Thanks very much.
G'day, it's Mike here from 42 Geek Street, and with me here, it's Nev. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing really good.
Yeah, it's good, man. First day, we're set up,
Yep.
ready to go.
Looking really good. So, what have you got on? You got Velocity happening?
Yeah. So it's our first go with the Melbourne Comics banner. So we're trying to promote local artists and writers under Melbourne banner. We got From Above, we got Falling Star, System Earth, and the Velocity books. So we're just trying to maximise the exposure. Try and get multiple avenues and channels of people walking around.
Yep.
So hopefully it's working and attracting enough attention with all the bright colours and pretty pictures.
And there'll be a panel this weekend as well.
That's right. So tomorrow's panel is about comics in Australia and trying to actually formalise the structure around it and just taking it to the next level. Just getting it as professional as possible and distribution and networking and things like that. So hopefully it goes off well.
Well, I mean, speaking of professional, the MC you've got for it apparently is quite professional, I've heard.
Well, I've heard when he's not drinking, he's all right. When he's not touchy-feely, he's all right. But that's both the reasons I got him. Yeah.
It's all rumours. It's all rumours completely.
Well, yeah, might change.
So what's coming up with you guys as well? I mean, is there anything on the horizon that we should be aware of?
Oh, look, we've got the next book's called Haunted Velocity for me.
Yep.
It's going to be a darker, more horror-y type book, and we're aiming at Australia Day launch again.
Yep.
So I'm really looking forward to that. We've got Tom in there, we've got Craig in there. So again, it's a focus on local artists and writers, and just hopefully the cross-network and collaboration effect will just maximise the exposure for the guys.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah,
well,
they're really looking forward to it. And again, it's at Gasolina, so it's going to be beers and bands and food and strippers, ladies and comics.
you know what? Excellent location too, because the last one there was fantastic.
Oh, it's going to be a great day. It's great there as always, and they're keen on it again. They're telling me, hey, when we're doing it again, we've got the birthday coming up. We'll give you space. So, for somebody like that to be giving us the platform to do what we want to do is great.
No, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Well,
thanks a lot.
Hope you guys have a great con, and
enjoy the rest of the day.
Oh yeah, you too. Enjoy.
Cheers, mate. All right, and come around if you want a cop.
Oh yeah.
Field.
Yeah, sure.
Cheers,
I saw where that hand was going.
Just how's this for closing credits? Cut.
Back to the studio.
Coming up after the break, we get to hear him sing.
Mood Dice for you at home. The dice that tells you what mood you're in. Whether you're feeling cool or if you're feeling hot. the dice. Get it in stores while it's hot for sale. Get it before it goes cold. Ah, hello there. At X Club for Geeks, we'll show you what and what equals that. Hey Mike, I know we've got our spam that's ham in a can, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling it tonight. Not with this. It's missing something.
It's just not classy.
That's classy. That's ham in a glass.
That's glam.
Now, Mike, can you sing for me what's next?
We're about to see an interview about Final Fantasy. It's hosted by Lauren. It's about Final Fantasy VII. One take, right?
Well, hi everyone. I'm here with Mark, Final Fantasy VII Collector Extraordinaire, and we're going to squee over his collection today. Thanks for having us, Mark.
Thank you very much.
So, when did you first get into Final Fantasy VII?
Back in the day when I was about 11, 12 odd years old, and my cousin first brought his PlayStation around to our grandmother's house, and I was introduced, and from then on it was just my addiction.
Obsession.
Yes, absolutely.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, what is actually in your collection? What sort of variety of items do you have around here?
There's a few statues that are a bit more prestigious. Unfortunately, there are a few items that are secondhand. I've imported or bought a lot of Japanese books, so I can't read them, but they're lovely pictures anyway. The Blu-ray of Distant Worlds, which is the orchestra of the Final Fantasy music. Books, the recent Theatrhythm little models, so kind of like the pop vinyls,
Yep.
but the Final Fantasy ones. Memorabilia, there's a lot of anniversary things, just everything.
It's heaven.
All of it.
How do you go about finding items to collect? Something I'm not sure of. I'm not sure sort of what's a cool item, like what's desirable out there, and where do you find it?
Okay.
And I'm assuming you can't just walk into any old garage sale and stumble across Final Fantasy VII memorabilia. So.
No, not quite. So I've always trawled eBay. That's my first
eBay.
port of call. And so I guess there's Wikipedia kind of sites that have the full range of what has been produced from the different manufacturers of the items. And so you have your statues that are extremely expensive, extremely rare and prestigious, and then it'll filter down to the models that get released per game. So when the Crisis Core game was out, there was a Crisis Core range. Then when Advent Children, the film, came out, that range came out as well. So it's keeping on top of what's current, and unfortunately there's been pieces that I've missed because I was not aware they were around. So it's the eternal struggle to find them and obtain them.
Okay. So what kind of an influence do you think Final Fantasy VII has had over your life, aside from your collection?
A very political sort of influence and an environmental influence. Of course, through the game, there's a lot of themes of taking from the earth
Yeah.
and destroying it, and the earth suffers and cannot repair. And so they are very real world themes. And so as a child, understanding that and appreciating it and being conscious of it, from growing up, that's shaped my outlook on nature and how to care.
So aside from Final Fantasy VII and video games, do you do any other sort of gaming or have any other sort of hobbies?
Yeah, I'm a part of the Geelong Gamers Guild here in Geelong in my street in town, and so we play a range of role-playing games. So, of course, Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, Spycraft, Legend of the Five Rings. There's card games, again, Legend of the Five Rings, Magic, and there's a lot of Warhammer 40k, Malifaux, the whole caboodle. And
Awesome.
yeah, we get together every Monday night. It's good bundle of guys.
Sounds
and girls.
great.
There are a
Of
few
course,
girls.
of course.
There are a few girls. They do exist out there. Yeah.
We exist. All right, well, we'll have details of that up on our 42 Geek Street Facebook page after the show. Mark, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very
Let's
much.
have a look at some of your collection.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Mike, now since you like to assist me sometimes, can you help me out with this one?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Be Whatcha Nath.
Whatcha Nath?
Be Whatcha Nath.
Whatcha Nath?
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Have you had a character on your lunchbox or bag?
Yeah, Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer. Okay, let me ask you a question. Indiana Jones or Dora the Explorer? Which is the better adventurer?
Dora the Explorer.
Excuse me, sir. Tell me, Marvel or DC?
DC.
Why?
Because.
Tell us, favorite villain?
The Joker.
Why the Joker?
He's just a bad man.
He's a bad man. Have you seen the new picture of Jared Leto as the Joker?
No, I haven't.
He's got tats and on his face and on his body and stuff. What do you think about that?
I don't think he's a very good actor, so I'm sure it'd be great.
After the break, more of me making him sing.
That's classy. That's ham in a glass.
That's glam. Car suction. With the power of science, if you need to get into a car without it slowing down, car suction. Car suction. When you gotta get into your friend's car without it slowing down, car suction is the way. Classy. Suction with class. Glam.
Ah, hello there. Here at X Club for Geeks, we like to show you the U, the Y, the 1, the 2, the 3. At X Club for Geeks, we'll show you how it all lands together. Oh, wow. Doesn't this look classy? Glam.
Welcome back. Mike, it's now time for you to sing a song, and I'm interested to hear this one.
It's the grand finale of the episode. All right.
Here we go.
Sarah Madison, tears are brewing in your eyes. Yeah. Sarah Madison had time for an interview with Ren. Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Sarah Madison. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Now you just arrived just early this morning. What time did you arrive today?
I think I got into the hotel about 4 o'clock this morning.
Wow. How do you do this? Like, do you have any tips for any future stars doing all these little...
This is the first time I've had to do something like this after such a long flight, so
So you're learning all the tips now.
yeah. just try and sleep on the flight, sleep as much as you can.
Can you sleep on the flight?
I try.
It's
I
not-
try my hardest.
It's not easy.
No.
Now you play Weeping Angel on Doctor Who.
Yes.
Very curious. How does one get a role as a Weeping Angel? Is it like an advert saying we need Weeping Angels, or they contact you, or how does that work?
Well, my agent rang me up one day and just asked for my measurements. So I gave him my measurements, and that was it for about another 2 weeks. And then he said, "Oh, I've got an audition for you for Doctor Who next week." So I was like, oh, right, okay, brilliant.
No idea yet what it was for, like what you're going to be doing?
They said angel. That was it. But yeah, so, I was like, oh, okay, I've got an audition for Doctor Who. That's amazing. Even if I don't get the job, I've gone onto the set and everything. And then I worked with the choreographer for about half hour, sorting out doing the movements and stuff like that. And then I had a phone call about an hour later saying that I had the job, but I missed it. So it went to voicemail, and I rang them up straight away then. I was like, oh, yes, I want it. So, yeah.
And how did you try for that role? Like, what did they get you to do when you were trying for it? Like, did they actually try an outfit on you, or were they getting you to do...
No, it was the movements, so the arm sequences and stuff like that. And we had to pull the Weeping Angel faces as well.
And that's my next question is, like, what's the setup during the day to get the outfit on? Is it an outfit? Like, is it somewhat an outfit? Is there face paint, or how does it work?
It's paint from your hands up to your neck. Then it's a mask, a hairpiece, and you've got a corset where you've got wings.
Yeah.
You've got the wings on it, and you've got the top and the skirt then.
How long does that take roughly to set up every time?
It's about 3 hours to do the paint job and get most of it on, and then you need half hour to get the face and everything on at the end.
And what, a couple of minutes to take off?
It's about an hour and a half to scrub it off with flannels.
Wow. That'd be a fun experience. You're probably dreading it. Oh my God, not again. On the set, what else do you get to do? I sort of saw somewhere that you got to operate a Dalek or something. And I was just wondering, is it like a control, or do you go in there and play dodge 'em Daleks or something?
I didn't do it on the Doctor Who set. It was a fan-built Dalek, and it was at a convention. They said, "Do you want to, have a drive around the Dalek?" I was like, "Yes, definitely."
And how did that work? Did you go like?
It's quite hard.
Do you go in it, or do you just do controls?
Yeah, in it.
Wow.
It's got like a little seat, and you've got a little thing to push it forward and pull it back and everything. But it's quite difficult because you can't see the bottom of the Dalek, and you haven't got much vision straight ahead of you either. Because he said I could go and have a proper go around the convention. I said I don't want to run over anyone.
That'd be funny, a weeping angel inside a Dalek. You've on the set. How was the set like? Did they use a lot of green screen, or did you actually have proper sets made up when you were there?
It was mainly for Time of Angels Fashion Stone. A lot of it was in the woods, Puzzlewood Forest, and Clearwell Caves. I did a little bit on green screen, but otherwise it was the set being made up. Yeah.
A lot of work goes in that.
Yes.
What else have you been up to lately? I saw somewhere that you did something called Cops and Monsters.
Cops and Monsters,
and you're Julia, a vampire.
Yes.
What was that all about?
Well, it's a web series up in Scotland, and the director's a Doctor Who fan, so he wanted me in the project, and when he came and said that I'd be playing a vampire, I've always wanted to play a vampire.
I was going to say, what's it like playing a vampire?
Yes, quite good. Yeah, it's fun being the mean character, just a bit bitchy.
Has it been one of your most fun characters so far, or?
It's up there. It's up there with one of the.
And you've done something else recently, Theatre of Fear.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit more about that? I actually don't know much about that one.
Theatre of Fear. It's a film based. It's a company from Swansea, which is in Wales. I think it's set in Bristol. And my character goes to this theatre with her boyfriend, and she volunteers herself for one of the magic tricks. And then she ends up down in the basement. It's not a very pleasant experience, and I could probably say because it's in the trailer, but she dies. So.
And what was your character again? Sorry.
I play the girlfriend.
The girlfriend.
Yeah.
So you've got the girlfriend, you've been with Angel and the vampire. Any other roles you'd like to play in the future?
Yeah, I'd love to be in Assassin's Creed, the movie. I think that would be brilliant, with the all kitted out
All
and
that whole
everything.
outfit and everything.
Yes.
It would be a bit of a killer again.
Yes. No,
I'm seeing a bit of a theme there. Weeping Angel.
I know, people keep casting me as the mean people that kill everyone, but.
And you love hats?
I like hats, yes.
How many hats do you have in your collection?
I don't actually have that many, but I've brought 3 of them with me this weekend.
Must be hard to pack.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
So they're all this size.
Anything else in the future for us to look out for?
Cops and Monsters will be coming back next year. We're filming it for the series. I think it's 3 episodes now. Theatre of Fear has just come out in the UK. Twisted Showcase has just come out. That's another web series. So, yeah.
And how can they find all this if people want to look into that?
I usually post links on my Facebook or my Twitter.
Okay, so we'll put the Facebook and Twitter up for anyone to have a look at. Well, thank you again for being on our show.
Well, thank you.
And I hope you get to enjoy the con tomorrow.
Yes, thank you.
Back to the studio.
Well, I'd like to thank Ren for this episode.
And Mike, don't you forget about these. You can win this by sharing the Facebook page. Going up myself.
Yes, please join us on the Facebook page. We're free Saturday nights for karaoke, so jump on down. But share, like, and
I'm looking forward to seeing how many people get these songs right.
I am curious to see if anyone could get these songs right from our depictions of these songs tonight.
And your voice stylings.
Yes.
But for now, we're going to say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Oh, no. Bye.
No. So be sure to come down here. I mean, look, this is happening in the past, but be sure to come down to this in a future con. It would make total sense then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to start rambling now. Ramble, ramble. What?
Okay. Let's not do that again.